SES-4 and SECO-4 callouts happening.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And there we heard confirmation of that fourth MVAC burn. The next payload deployment should begin in just about 4 minutes. In case you're just tuning in, we had an on-time liftoff at 10:44 a.m. Pacific and recovered our Falcon 9 booster for its 30th landing.
After the first batch of payload deployments, the second stage had its third successful ignition, and you just saw that fourth MVAC ignition and cutoff. We're now standing by for the next payload deployment, Formosat 8.
And we are expecting
as we're getting ready for the deployment of the Formosat 8 from the Taiwan Space Agency, let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about the spacecraft from TASA themselves.
Formosat 8 is Taiwan's first domestically developed optical remote sensing satellite constellation. Up to 84% of its key components were developed domestically under TASA's lead. The constellation comprises 6 1-meter optical remote sensing satellites and 2 sub-meter higher resolution satellites. The first Formosat 8 satellite launches in 2025. Its optical payload functions as a large space-based camera with a focal length of 3,927 millimeters. Multispectral filters capture panchromatic and spectral images for use in homeland security, agriculture, and environmental monitoring. Time delay integration technology is used to accumulate multiple exposures in sync, significantly enhancing image quality and clarity. The system can identify objects larger than 0.7 meters from 561 kilometers after image processing. It also contributes to space scientific observation, enabling academia to validate space payloads. Once the constellation is fully deployed, it will achieve global coverage and will pass over Taiwan 3 times daily, delivering timely and reliable Earth observation data to support disaster management, national security, and global collaboration. Formosat 8 marks a key step in bringing Taiwan's space technology to the world and advancing our role in international space missions.
And the deployment of Formosat 8 is coming up here in the next couple of minutes. Roughly 2 minutes away from its deployment. And as you just heard, this is the first of a series of 8 satellites that TASA plans on deploying over the course of the next few years, with all 8 set to be on orbit by 2031. Let's listen in for a call out of deployment coming up here in, as scheduled, about 1.5 minutes from now.
Formosat 8A, deploy confirmed.
Thanks for flying SpaceX Formosat 8. We wish you well on your journey. We'll come back just before the 5th burn of the MVAC engine, which is about 20 minutes from now, and that will occur about 4 minutes before our final deployment of the mission. We'll see you back here after a short break.
good confirmation of the deployment of Formosat 8. The final payload that is set to deploy will happen after the fifth and final burn of the upper stage engine. That burn scheduled at about T plus 2 minutes, or 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 29 seconds, according to SpaceX's timeline of events. Then the deployment of the R5 CubeSat will happen about 4-ish minutes after that, which will be the final deployment here on Transporter 15. R5 stands for Realizing Rapid Reduced Cost High Risk Research and is the latest in the R5 series of satellites. This particular R5 is spacecraft number 7, which is developed by NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. According to NASA, this CubeSat, quote, will perform a proximity operations maneuver immediately after being dispensed from the launch vehicle. This will be the first R5 spacecraft in the series to execute such a maneuver, advancing a fundamental capability required for activities like inspection and in-space servicing, assembly, and manufacturing, end quote.